Hello, welcome back. Today, what I want to do, partly in this video, is show you how to install Mod Organizer to work with Bethesda games, specifically Fallout New Vegas, as that's a game I like to play, as well as Fallout 3. And basically, because I run the Tale of Two Wastelands modification, which allows me to play both Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas within the New Vegas game engine, I'm basically starting from scratch on my PC because I recently reinstalled it. So at the moment, the only things I've done are to install, let me find it, Steam apps, is to install Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, which I've done. I've gone ahead and done the Tale of Two run the Tale of Two Wastelands installer, created my Tale of Two Wasteland files, which means that I'm ready to basically set that up with the game and get it running. But one of the things I wanted to do on this is try the new Mod Organizer tool. Right, I'm going to install Mod Organizer, which is basically a mod management tool. Many people will be familiar with these who obviously already mod their games and will have their own preferences. A lot of people obviously use Nexus Mod Manager. Some people still use the Fallout Mod Manager. There's a lot of people who install mods manually. You know, all those methods are perfectly fine. However, the tool I'm going to use, Mod Organizer, is relatively new, and it's got a few features which may prompt people to want to switch to using it. I mean, it's not for novice modders though. I will stress that, and in any video series that you may have already seen which talk about installing this program and using it, they will say the same. It's not for people who have never modded any game before. It does require you to have a little bit of knowledge about, you know, mod structure, mod organization. Okay, but I'm going to show you how to install it to work with Fallout New Vegas, and I'm going to set it up to use my Fallout Tale of Two Wastelands mod. So first of all, I'm going to install Mod Organizer. Now, this is where it differs from a lot of mod managers. It can only manage one game at a time. So what you have to do when you install it is decide, obviously, where to install it and what game. Now, the easiest way to do this is to locate your game, which in my case is Fallout New Vegas, and install it there, which I'm going to do right now this second. And if I click Run, it automatically selects the Run Mod Organizer. Click Finish. Gives me starting Mod Organizer for the first time. Do you want to show a tutorial of its basic features? If you choose no, you can always start the tutorial from the help menu. I'm going to choose no because I've already been through the tutorial. But I would suggest anyone who starts this up for the first time goes through the tutorial. It will show you some basic features about how to add a few mods and bits and pieces. So firstly, we're going to get this window. I'll minimize that one for the second so you can see this one a bit more clearly. Those are the mods that are currently installed. Those are pretty much your Fallout New Vegas mods, aren't they? You're the ones that come when you install it. And you've got a few, tells you all about the BSAs, got your data, your saves, Saves is good. Good thing about mod because it actually tells you what saves use which mods. So straight away, if I wanted to play this game, it tells me what mods I'm missing. So I can already see, you know, if you spend the time away from a game and you come back and you want to play it again, you think, oh darn, I don't know what mods I used. This will tell you. Downloads, obviously you can use this as an alternative to your current mod download tool. It will handle Nexus links if you use the Nexus. Now where this differs from other mods as well, I'm going to say this right now, is when you actually install a mod, it doesn't actually install it to your game's data folder, where you would expect most mods and ESPs and stuff to be installed. It basically creates a virtual data folder. So it actually, any mods that you install, it keeps completely separate from the game's normal data. What this means is at any time you can go back to playing the vanilla version of your game, Mod 3, simply by choosing not to open this program and run the game. However, if you want to play the game with mods, you always have to start from Mod Organizer. And basically, it gives you, obviously, New Vegas Script Extender, which I have installed, New Vegas, the Fallout Launcher. So to obviously start, you would click Run. Now you can create shortcuts, toolbar, desktop, start menu, and have these on, because obviously for some people it would be rather annoying having to open this up every time you want to start the game. But that's the only way you can get the mods in your game, is to use this, because it creates, as I say, a virtual data folder. You need this running at the same time as the game. So there's a couple of things I want to do quickly. So that's obviously where I'm going to download the metadata. I'm going to have it. Right, I'm going to have it automatically log into Nexus, which I am going to do in a second, so it can handle the download links, which I will do right now off camera. Okay, so that's done, that's set up. So if I wanted to go and download a mod now from Nexus Mod Manager, I could do that, but I don't need to at this moment in time, because I already have the mods I need saved on my system. Now there's two ways to install a mod if you've got it saved locally. You can right click anywhere in the white box here and install mod, or you can click the little icon at the top here. Now I need to find where I've got my mods, and first of all I need, that's wrong, Tale of Two Wastelands, which is the main faux mod. So I'm going to click open, and it's going to take quite a bit of time to do this, because it is a huge mod, because it basically copies all the Fallout 3 data, files and everything into. Now it says running external installer, but obviously I cannot see an external installer anywhere, so take that with pinch of salt. And as I say, it does take a little while to install this. You just have to be patient, unfortunately. Most mods will not take this length of time. I mean, you imagine the size of a whole game, which is basically what this is installing. All the BSA files, all the textures, everything that's used in Fallout 3 has been packaged up to work with New Vegas, and that is now being installed into my directory basically. And there we go. Fallout Tale of Two Wastelands. Now if we go information, we can see gives you all the ESPs for Fallout 3. I'm going to set that as gameplay because it will be. There is no Nexus info for it. That gives you the file structure, so that tells you what it's going to actually add to the virtual data folder. So you've basically got your music, sound, your video, and all your files. So to install it, you basically just click it, and there we are. Now, obviously, I wouldn't suggest you run it like that. What you can click is sort, and basically Mod Organizer includes a version of loot. So it will actually tell you that, it will organise your load order for you. Now, I know I've got to sort this out because obviously I've just installed straight from Steam Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. So obviously the actual original, if you like, Bethesda files need cleaning because they contain a lot of dirty edits and stuff. So I will have to get Fallout New Vegas edit and clean those. So that is basically that. So that's installed, and if we click run now, we would start running Tale of Two Wastelands, but I don't want to do that just yet because there's a couple more mods I want to install. Notably, my I think it's the Tale of Two Wastelands startup mod. So I'll use that. Tale of Two Wastelands startup menu. I'm going to click manual just to check that the folder is packaged properly. A good thing to practice whenever you install this, install any mods, is to check it so that it's going to install right. Normally mod managers, they're quite capable of handling, however a mod organizer packages his mod. But because this uses obviously virtual folders and stuff like that, it does require you just to double check that the files are going to install where mod organizer expects files to install. So obviously, with this being an ESP, it expects it to go straight into the data folder. So that's okay. And then basically, again, just select that. Now I want to install another mod. Delay DLC. And again, I'm just going to check. Do I need the file? I don't need the text file. And I don't need the faux mod. Again, because I've already installed these, I know kind of what I'm doing. Again, what else do I want to install at this moment in time? My texture pack. Again, because I've made these files myself. Okay, this is where it's going to go wrong. Textures and meshes. So now it looks good. That was a good example there of a mod that was packaged badly. Okay, so if you come across any mods like that, that's a good example. I packaged that badly. Don't do what I did. Again, because I've created a lot of these mods before I've downloaded and installed this tool, I probably need to go back and have a look at some of the mod packages I've made in the past for other mod managers and redo them to make them a little bit more mod organizer friendly to start with. So again, I'm going to install the NMC textures. Again, it's a little bit of a lengthy process because I'm using the maximum resolution pack for Fallout New Vegas and the large resolution pack for Fallout 3. So obviously it's going to take a little bit of time to install these. And there we go. So again, we can click to enable that. Right, something else I just want to mention as well. If you go into New Vegas, no, that's the wrong one. Wrong one. Select Automatic Archive Invalidation. You want to enable that. Anytime you're changing any textures, meshes, that sort of thing, and you want them to appear in game, you obviously need to have Archive Invalidation on. This mod, this program, Mod Organizer, can handle all that for you. So I'm going to turn that on now before I go any further. Install another mod. Right, what else am I going to install? The terrain pack. And again, I'm just going to check it. And again, no data is on the top level. So I'm going to set that data. Again, if you missed what I did last time, again, it automatically puts at the top level the data folder. It then looks on the next file and recognises that is not a usual folder or that you would find within the game's data folder. And another copy of the data folder. So basically, I'm going to set that as my data folder, and straight away then I've got the more familiar textures. So again, install that. And install, and that's all. And it gives you a little icon here telling you that some files are going to be overwritten, and I'm guessing it's going to overwrite textures that are in there, that pack there. Yes, it tells me that. Again, now what else is another good one? Maximum res Megaton. And again, I've packaged it so badly. There we go. Again, because there's lots of optional files in some of these texture packs and stuff, and there's been patches and updates, rather than have loads of separate, you know, have the mod, then an update, and then a patch, and have loads of plugins. Basically, I've gone and basically combined them together into one mod. And unfortunately, as I say, I've packaged them based on my knowledge of previous mod managers, and as a result, I've got them a little bit wrong for this one. Rivet City, I think we're going to have next, aren't we? Yes. And again, I would have probably done the same for that one. So, there we go. Dum, 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 dum. So now we're pretty much going to have the game set up. I don't think there's any more mods I want to install at this point. Now there is one more thing I want to do as well before I run the game. Obviously I use the Fallout New Vegas 4GB exe because I like to, obviously I need the expanded memory. So if I go into edit here, I need to set up Fallout 4GB loader, and I need to choose that program. Overwrite the Steam app ID. Now I need to actually just briefly because I need some instructions on how to install this with Mod Organizer. Okay, I need that file there. That line. Otherwise, if I don't put that in, you know what's going to happen, don't you? That's right. It will not run. There will be a crash. There won't be permission. So I'm going to paste that in there. I'm going to click add. So now I've got, hopefully, my 4GB loader. There we go. So basically now what I could do, I'm going to have to install a mod, and I believe Where is it? Fallout. I think it's that one. I really do think it's that one. Right, manual. Again, game's not on the top level. Yes, that was the folder I was looking for last time. So we're going to install that. So now, I need to just tick that. It's not missing any ESPs. So if I click on run, okay, telling me that Steam is not running. So I need Mod Organizer to start Steam for me. As basically I'm not running Steam. Okay, I'm logged in. And now it should open the game for me. And here we are. I need to fix that stupid window as well. It gives it a windowed effect. I'm not entirely sure why it's doing that. It didn't when I first ran it, but I did have a couple of issues. So if I click on continue. Continue from your saved game. This is basically going to load up my game as I left it. Good Spring Settler. I'm just going to have a quick run around, meet some of my characters, meet my texture packs and all that sort of stuff. There's Prospector P. He's quite happy. My texture packs look to be installed correctly. Yes, they do. Just quickly run into the store, see Chet, then literally run up to him. So that's okay. I've got those installed fine, and they're working. So again, I'll just show you quickly now as well what happens if I go into my normal Fallout New Vegas folder, game folder. If I go into the data, you'll see it's only got, there's no textures folders created. All those files that I've installed in Mod Organizer are not in the default game folder. So for example, if I right now just click on that and run it, we will see a difference. See? The default Fallout New Vegas, if I click continue, It will tell me that there are some content that is missing that is no longer available. Those good springs. Holy stupid. There's Prospector Pete. See? Textures. A lot more horrible. So they're not installed straight away. I don't need to go any further with that to show you. So that's how to install Mod Organizer and a couple of mods, and I will show you a little bit more later on.